Revelation 3 verse 10. The word patience. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. The word there for world is oikomene, which means the entire planet Earth, the inhabitants of the planet Earth, to try, test them that dwell upon the earth. And we here at Great Millstone know exactly what that's talking about. So this is like a parable, a code for the mother Israelites out there that you know what I want to say, but I can't even say it. I can't even use the acronym anymore, because I put up a video, I just used the acronym and they took it down. So they said, well, we know how GMS rolls. They use acronyms, so we're going to learn their acronyms and we're going to take down their vital videos. We're at the end. This is it. Make no mistakes anymore. The waiting is over. Now, if you know what I just said, what I meant by that, you know a little bit about music. Anyway, Revelation 3 verse 10, I'll read it again. Because thou hast kept. You know, you get a car and you keep it. You know, you buy something and you decide to keep it. It's cheaper to keep her, you know. Kept or keep means to take something in possession and hold on to it. Don't give it away. So the thing that we kept is this truth through the word. Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, one of my favorite chapters. And High Priest Ariel would always go into that chapter about eating this roll and going out and teaching the sons of Israel, or the children of Israel. And that's what we've been doing. We ate this roll. That's all. That's how simple this thing is. Eat this roll and go and teach the children or the sons of Israel. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Now we know what the hour of temptation is. It's this thing that I can't even talk about. Well, it's here. Which shall come upon all the world, oikomene, the whole planet, to try or test them that dwell upon the earth. So who's going to fail the test? The ones that don't know what's going on. The ones that don't understand Revelation 3 verse 10 or other scriptures in the Bible. This they don't understand this prophetic, this prophecy that has not come to pass. It is coming to pass right in our time. We're experiencing it. But if you don't know the codes, you're not going to get it, and you're going to wind up failing the test. Now what I did was I said, let me take out the word patience. So because thou hast kept the word of my patience, G5281.
Strong's G5281. Upamane.
Hupomene, which means steadfastness, constancy, to do something constant, to not take breaks, to not go on vacations, to not disappear for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Endurance. He that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. In the NT, New Testament, the characteristic of a man who is not swerved from his deliberate purpose. What's your purpose? Did not the Apostle Paul say that he was a prisoner of Yahushua? Did not he say he was a fool for Yahushua's sake? Does not Romans the 12th chapter say we present our bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Rakakwadash? So let me read this again. In the NT, the characteristics of a man who is not swerved from his deliberate purpose and his loyalty to faith, this faith. So anybody that falls off, turns his back on the plow, Luke 9:62, and piety by even the greatest trials and sufferings. So you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested. The ones of you that kept his faith, the Most High is going to give you that inner strength, that endurance to endure anything that these devils or the dragon is going to give you, which is that thing. The ones of you that's been in and out, wishy-washy, lukewarm, took a break, you're going to take it because the Most High is not going to give you the wherewithal, the intestinal fortitude to resist it. It says, let me read that again. Steadfastness, constancy, endurance. In the NT, the New Testament, the characteristic of a man who is not swerved from his deliberate purpose. Your purpose is not to find a woman, not to have your high school sweetheart and have children and, work at a good job. No, that's not your purpose. Your purpose as a man of the Lord is to do this work. And his loyalty to faith and piety by even the greatest trials and sufferings. So we are going to be tested. Patiently and steadfastly, a patient, steadfast, waiting for a patient, enduring, sustaining perseverance. So you guys that, whether it be men or women, that turn your back on the plow, that did a disappearing act, and now you're back in the game, so to speak, you're going to take that thing. Now what I did was I went down to the precepts, and you know what, let me go to the bottom. Let me go to the precepts. All these are good, great precepts. but I'm not going to read all of them. Revelation 2 verse 2. Let's see what that says. I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil, and thou hast tried them, tested them, which say they are apostles and are not, and have found them liars. So apostles, you had apostles meaning sent forth. So you're going to have righteous apostles. Peter was a righteous apostle. The rest of the 12 were righteous apostles. The apostle Paul were righteous apostles. Then you had people that were not right that was sent forth. The word apostle just means to send forth, loosely translated. So all of you were sent forth. Revelation 2 verse 3. And has borne and has patience, and for my name's sake have labored. What does it mean by the labor? Does it mean to get a work in construction? Driving a garbage truck? Driving an 18-wheeler across the country? No, the labor is talking about when you do this work. And have not fainted. You got a lot of people out there that came into this truth and did disappearing acts and never came back. You got some that did disappearing acts and came back like they never left. You got some that take the winters off. If it's a cold climate, Scripture said endure hardness as a good soldier. Revelation 2 verse 19. Let's see what that says. I know thy works and charity and service and faith and thy patience and thy works, and the last to be more than the first. Revelation 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, and we looked up the word patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And we know what the hour of temptation is. If you don't know what the hour of temptation is, you need to ask questions. You need to watch more videos. And you have no business jumping from camp to camp. You either deal with the true camp, you deal with GMS, or you deal with another camp. And you're going to be lost when you deal with these other camps, especially when it comes to this subject right here. We can be out of here in mid to late 2022. A brother asked me, what's the timetable? How long do you think before we're out of here? And I use this example of the thing. I said, when the thing is in full force, everything's going to move quick. We can be out of here inside of 3 months, 6 months, inside of a year. Which, and I said that in another video, which shall come upon all the world meaning, that's why you got to go into these root words, the etymology, the etymon of words. What's the Greek word for world right here? What's the Hebrew word for this? What's the Greek word for that? To try them, to test them, because that's the ultimate test, that dwell upon the earth. Revelation 14 verse 12. Here is patience. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahushua. One more. Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. The saints are the Israelites, but they're special saints, which are the elect. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.